Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and I'm talking about Ralph Nader again. Ralph Nader wrote an open letter to Nancy Pelosi, basically telling her to get information in regards to single payer health care, Medicare for all, or universal health care, whichever way is being described at the time. But I think people mostly understand it when it's described as Medicare for all. And this is a system whereby there's a small tax on everyone to pay for a healthcare system rather than a high premium for some to pay for high premiums for the insurance companies. And so people are thinking that a small tax on everyone creates a system where there's more of a safety net. It gets rid of the insurance companies serving as the middleman, paying their administrative fees, the complications with various um, computer systems, basically getting rid of the middleman and the cost of the middleman and going direct, lowering costs for everyone. Certainly, renegotiating drug prices, prescription drug prices with the pharmaceutical companies, with the power of being the single payer. And so this is what Ralph Nader is wanting to promote. He's lobbying for single payer health care, Medicare for all. And he sent the letter to Nancy Pelosi, and he also has sent an open letter to Bernie Sanders in anticipation of the debate over Obamacare with Ted Cruz. And Ralph Nader's position is similar to my position that it's really hard to defend a flawed product. It's hard. It's almost impossible because no matter what you say, people can say, "Yeah, but what about what about these premiums? What about this deductible? What about this network restriction? What about this individual mandate? People just, and it always comes back to these things. You can't defend it. People don't want that. They've said it over and over and over. They don't want that. There are many good aspects of Obamacare, specifically some of the writers that a lot of people don't even know about, that were included with Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. The Children's Health Initiative program, the programs for breastfeeding mothers, the the black lung benefits for coal miners that are transferable to their widows. These are little known aspects of the Affordable Care Act that people didn't really know about until it was there were initiatives to repeal it, and then people were saying, "Hey, wait a minute, is this going to be covered in the new package?" And the Republicans still can't say for sure what the new package is. So healthcare is a concern. And then also even in Libya, Montana, I was talking about that before, where there has been asbestos poisoning, and they have Medicare for all under the Affordable Care Act. Without the Affordable Care Act, who knows what's going to happen? And I've actually asked people. Sometimes I go trolling just to see on conservative websites, just to see like, do people know about that? Because they're saying like, we don't want Obamacare, and I just sent out a little comment like, oh, well, gosh, do you think the black lung benefits are going to be covered by Rand Paul's package? What do you think is going to happen with that? Dead silence. Or, I asked him about, the Libby, Montana, like, oh, do you think the citizens, gosh, I hope they're going to be covered by this new package by Rand Paul, that comes out? Do you think that they'll still have Medicare for all? And dead silence. All you hear is, well, we don't want Obamacare. Beyond that, people don't seem to really know what they want. They just don't want this. And I don't know. Are people really thinking it through? Anyway, so that's my trolling. Sometimes I get lonely, and so they don't answer me. And so, back to this letter by Ralph Nader. I just say, you know, it's gotten mixed reactions because some people agree with Ralph Nader, like, yes, we need to start negotiating from a strong position. The strongest position is Medicare for all, rather than negotiating from a weak position, which is defending Obamacare, which is indefensible. I mean, there's some good aspects, but it's gotten to the point where the flaws are starting to outweigh the good aspects of it. So it's a hard job to do, to defend something that's obviously flawed. And so that debate had between Bernie Sanders and Ted Cruz had mixed reactions. I would like to see Medicare for all. I think just a small tax on everyone, and then everyone is covered, rather than people being forced to pay high deductibles or high premiums, the copays, or even the penalty for choosing not to get enroll into Obamacare and all. I think it's actually less expensive with Medicare for all, and definitely better service where you don't have to be harassed by insurance companies trying to sting you for your pre-existing condition. But anyway, I'll let people read through Ralph Nader's letter here. It's at Eurasia Review. It might be some other places. And look at the comments and see what you think. Good luck.